What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're finally gonna get started on the Y240. David called this the SEMA build. I have to get the car ready within a week basically. It runs mechanically good and stuff, but it's leaking oil. It needs a few new parts, it needs to be detailed. Like there's just a handful of things that I need to do in the car. But the main thing is I need to change all the seals and stuff, take off the transmission, rear main seal, front main seal, the whole like just basically a whole tune-up. Like I want to be able to drive that car whenever, wherever I want with no problem. Before we work on the white 240 and before I tell you guys why we have to get it done within a week, we have to get the black 240 running because as you guys saw last video, it left me stranded at 2 in the morning.
Yes, sir.
David already got started. As you guys saw last video, this car left us stranded by the freeway. It just completely died, completely stalled out, didn't want to turn on anymore. I think it's an alternator issue, so I went and bought a new alternator. Mota, if you're watching this, bro, thank you. I appreciate it. Right now, we're gonna take out the alternator. It's all the way down there. It's pretty straightforward. David thinks we have to take out the coolant hoses. I really don't want to because as you guys saw, we just bled the car again. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off this air box and probably the clutch fan, just get as much room as possible. And we're gonna take out the alternator, switch it.
Take me out.
Yes, sir. Shout out OZ.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're gonna change out the alternator, try and turn on the car. It might need to be jumped and hopefully the car runs good. It didn't overheat last video, so that's good. It was really cold outside though, but I think if it was overheating, it would have still overheated no matter what. I don't know. We'll change the alternator, get it ready for a test drive, and I'll check back in whenever I have an update. After we get this car running for the test drive, then we're gonna start working on the white 240, and I'm gonna give you guys the reason why I have to get it done within a week. Bro, this car's so low, I could use this little brake job chair. Just sit down right here, lean over. Yes, sir. All right, let's get this alternator up. New alternators in. That shit literally took like 10-15 minutes. Here's my old one, has a crack in it. I'm really hoping that it was the reason why the car died. But before we turn it on, I went and blew into this and I could hear like a small vacuum leak. So right now we're gonna use a smoke tester and pump some smoke in through this idle air feed and see if any smoke comes out. We don't have the intake on right now, so we're gonna pump some smoke through it, see if we see any vacuum leaks. That way when we start up the car, I know everything's 100%, and then we're gonna take it for a test drive after. But hopefully the smoke machine works good. We took a little break real quick, but now we're back and we're gonna actually try the smoke machine. Hopefully this thing works. Before I go on this next test drive, I wanna make sure everything's good, so might as well check it now. We ran some smoke through the system and we saw that it's leaking from the brake booster line. So we're gonna try and figure out, probably take out that clamp and reclamp it, make sure everything's good. And then look, check it out. My car's a fucking G. Should be ghosting it, look. We're gonna try and fix all the leaks on it, and then once everything's good, then we're gonna go on a test drive and hopefully everything's good. We took off that hose for the brake booster and look, check it out. This shit's broken as hell. So right now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut right here and then I'm gonna just put it on. I should have enough slack. It might be a little bit tight, but it should be good for now. Let's see how it goes. Let's replace this and run more smoke through it and see if it continues leaking.
Your unofficial, official review of the Autoline Pro smoke machine on Amazon?
So far, solid, bro.
Alternator's on. We did the smoke test. We fixed one vacuum leak in the back, but there's still a small one. I think it's around the EGR plate that I have, so I'll probably fix that later. It shouldn't be enough to keep the car from running, but I'm kind of worried that the alternator isn't the reason why the car's not starting because the battery still reads 12 volts. So I don't know, but I'm gonna go inside the car right now, crank it, and see if it turns on. Neutral. Nope. Not even my fuel pump primes. Maybe the battery's dead? My alarm doesn't even work. Do my clusters work? Clusters work. I don't know why the car doesn't turn on. Bro, don't tell me I replaced the whole ass alternator for no reason. That shit was like 300 bucks. We're gonna mess with it and try and figure out why it doesn't start. But the car doesn't even start at all. Like it doesn't prime. I might try jumping it with the Corolla and see what happens, but that's weird, man. Because the battery's not dead. All right, we're gonna keep messing with the car and see what happens, but that's so weird, man. It really sounded like alternator problem, but hopefully I could do a quick test drive on this car before I go home because it's already like 2 in the morning right now. All right, I'll check back in a bit. Day 2, today we're taking this car. This is the main thing we're doing in today's video. Let me get to David's house and explain what we're gonna do to the white 240. Bro, I'm so tired. I probably look dead on camera, but all right, I'm at David's house. David's here. I got the white 240 outside, and we still got this piece of shit right here. Me and David worked on this car late as fuck last night, and we cannot figure out why it doesn't start again. Bro, I literally cannot catch a break with this car, bro. I fixed something and something else breaks. We just got the motor running, we just got the car driving good, and then it dies on us, and we can't figure out why it doesn't start. But anyway, we're not gonna mess with that this video. I tried messing with it yesterday, couldn't figure it out. I need someone that knows more about electrical to help me out, because I'm literally chasing my own tail trying to figure out why this car doesn't start. But that's gonna be next video. Right now, I have to get this car out of the garage and get the white 240 in here and explain to you guys why I have 1 week to get the white 240 datiable. So let's get this car out of here and get the white 240 in. We finally got the white 240 in. I have the black 240 outside. I don't want to have the black 240 outside, but it's gonna have to sit there while I work on this car, because I literally only have 1 week to get this car datiable. Let me explain why. All right, let me explain why I only have 1 week to get this car datiable. Thanks to a special someone, you guys will meet here soon, hopefully. I have a chance to take this car and go take pictures with F-35 and F-22 fighter jets, and I just can't miss the opportunity. But I also don't want to take a 240 there when there's gonna be Porsches and Lamborghinis and all this other crazy stuff, and when it's my turn, I move and I leave a fat oil puddle there. I don't even think they'll let my car in if it's leaking oil, to be honest. But this first started as just fixed the oil leak. Knowing my extra ass, when I went to go buy parts, I bought way more parts that I needed. I don't have all the parts in yet, but what I'm gonna do meanwhile, while the parts come in, is I'm gonna start getting ready and taking stuff apart on the car and just getting it ready, so when the parts come in, just slap them in, put the car back together, and hopefully everything will be ready by Friday, because the event is on Saturdays. Tonight, tomorrow night, and then I have Thursday night, and I technically don't have Friday night because I need to leave Friday night after work. So I only have 3 nights car, which I have like 3-4 hours, maybe even 5 after work to work on this car if I come straight here. Now let me explain what it is we're actually gonna do to this car to get it ready. All right, let me explain what we're actually gonna do to this car in this video. I ordered a gang of parts for this car. Like I said, they haven't came in yet, but like honestly, I even forgot what I ordered. I have one of the big parts today. We can't install it yet, but basically, number 1, we're gonna fix the oil leak. That's the most important part, which is front main seal, rear main seal, oil pan, the valve cover gasket, just literally everything. Refreshed all the gaskets without pulling the motor, of course, like my old car. To remove the rear main seal, we have to take off the transmission. Since I already had the transmission off, I bought a new clutch. Since I put a new clutch, I have to rebuild the whole clutch fork and dust boot and all that stuff on the transmission. I've done this to my old 240, so hopefully it's a lot easier on this car. What else did I buy? I bought new headlights. I bought a short shifter kit. I bought a new shifter boot. I have a dash overlay I need to install on the car. I'm gonna get new tires. I have new tie rods. Just a bunch of stuff that I have to put on this car. And like I said, I only have 3 nights technically, maybe 4th night, to finish everything on this car. But David said he's down to help me. He might only be able to help me for like a night or 2. That's the plan for the rest of this video. Getting this car ready for SEMA. Tonight, I think all I can do is just jack the car up, and that's basically it. I might take all the wheels off on all 4 sides and just have the car ready so that tomorrow I could come and actually get started on tearing everything apart. I'm gonna start with removing everything and then just waiting for the parts. That's all I can do. Hopefully they come. And that's another thing. I don't even know if the parts will come in by Saturday, but they should. If not, someone's getting sued. And that's on kids. As long as the gaskets come in, the car should be driving by this weekend. All the other parts I might not be able to install, but hopefully everything comes in and this car could get a whole refresh. Let me get the car on all 4 jacks and then figure out what I do next.
My sister woke me up. And she was like,
Nah, this shit is oil. Nah.
is it crazy?
No way. My whole cell frame is caked in oil, bro. Shake test, because this car is dangerously high up in the air.
Take this. Check that out.
Everything's good. Time to move on to the next step. All right, the car is all jacked up. It's nice and ready. I'm not gonna do anything to it today because I can't. It's already late. And I don't have any of the parts. But let me show you guys the part that I have for it. The clutch came in. Go ahead, man. Open that, man. We got the XD clutch in. This is a big component. It came in like a day. I just ordered it. Comes with the whole clutch kit. Clutch, pressure plate, throw-out bearing, pilot bearing, David's dildo.
Oh, yeah, my butt plug.
If you girl ever want to get freaky in bed, just use one of these, my boy.
Oh, yeah, man.
You're gonna come out.
It makes the same noise when it comes out the clutch. I'm gonna show y'all later.
Put one of these around you already know.
This is basically the stock clutch. I'm pretty sure this is the stock OEM clutch that comes inside these Nissans. We're gonna be installing this later. While we were jacking up the car, we got to look underneath the engine bay and oh my god, it is terrible, bro. We gotta do an LSD test and see if this car has LSD or not. I'm gonna spin this wheel. If the wheel on the other side spins the same direction, it has a LSD. If I spin this wheel this way and the one on that side spins that way, that means I don't have LSD. So your side, spin it that way for you.
Ready?
Yeah. Ah, it's open diff.
Damn. All right, I guess I don't have an LSD. I couldn't get that lucky with this car, but still pretty clean car. Let me show you guys underneath the car real quick, and then tomorrow I'll break through the entire car before we start taking stuff off of it. I'm gonna go underneath the car and show you guys how... Damn. I'm gonna go underneath the car and show you guys a quick glimpse of how the car looks underneath. This is wild. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but bro, the whole subframe is caked in dirt and oil. Look at that. Look up here. Literally every single centimeter of this car is terrible. Power steering is leaking everywhere. Nah, this is gonna be a mission, man. The whole transmission, I don't know if you guys can see, but the whole transmission is caked in oil. 3 nights to finish this car. That's it for today. I just wanted to get the car jacked up and get it ready to start working on. Shout out David for helping me out so late. Tomorrow we're actually gonna start taking stuff off of this car, and we're gonna go through the checklist that I make tonight. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Next day with Edgar.
Yes, sir.
Edgar brought his car. We're gonna do the tie rods in his car. Meanwhile, I'm waiting on David. But today, we're just gonna get straight to it. Today, I need to drop the transmission on the car, take off as much as I can because I still don't have the parts for this car. So I just need to get everything off. So when the parts come in, slap them in, put everything back together, and get the car back and driving. But today is the hard part, dropping the transmission. So I'll check back in once David comes and when we get started on that. All right, David's taking way too long. I'm already tired just off working on Edgar's car. We couldn't even get the tie rods out because this car was so rusted, but it's like midnight right now. I have like 3 hours to drop the transmission, but I'm gonna just get started. And for tonight, my goal is to remove the transmission and hopefully I could do it mainly by myself. I don't even think David's gonna come, to be honest, but here's a list of shit I got. Remove transmission, remove oil pan, remove stuff in way of front main seal so that when all the parts come in, I already have all these things off and it'll be just putting everything back together. I've done this before on the black 240 before, so hopefully it goes a lot smoother on this car, and it's bone stock and it's a lot better condition, but who knows. Let's get started by removing the shifter assembly, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just time lapse everything else, but hopefully I get the transmission off by myself mainly. Shifter assembly's out. Next thing is taking down the exhaust and the drive shaft. David finally came through too. Bro, just woke up. It is 12:30 at night right now. All right, we're gonna take off the exhaust and the drive shaft and then move on to the next step.
These fog, man.
Hang.
Take it away, boy. Damn, this nut's done for, bro.
She never coming off.
Nah, you gotta stop playing with me, bro.
Nah.
Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Bitch it! Let's go, dog!
I thought that shit gonna be hard.
Edgar, you beast, bro! I said, Edgar, you my angel. He says, Pete, nothing notice. $5 say I won't touch it.
Bro,
Edgar, $5 I won't touch it.
10. Yeah, she made it harder, bro.
Oh! Damn! Edgar got this little gun that I use.
Hey, bro, take a break. Take a break? Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
I'm gonna trim that.
Thanks, bro.
Yes, sir.
Ain't no way, boy. Bro, shout out Edgar, bro. That torch is crazy. Drive shaft's out. I don't think we need to remove the exhaust. Next thing we're gonna do is drop the transmission. We need to take off all the bell housing bolts and then the transmission mount, and the transmission should drop. Oh, and the sensors. All right, we about to drop the transmission in like 30 minutes, watch. It's 2:05 in the morning. Transmission's in there. Let's see how long it takes us to drop this. Nah, David is crazy, bro. Look at this. Bro has, I don't know if you guys can see, bro has his whole body wrapped around the transmission right now.
He's hanging off.
Look at that. Look, you can see it coming right here. Like, well, David just broke all the bolts loose on the bell housing, and then all that's left is this trans mount and the sensors, and the trans should drop. So hopefully in like 10-15 minutes it should be out of the car. Look at this. Hey, how'd that creeper feeling, my boy? Little update, well, big update. We have David literally took out all the bolts by himself underneath the car, and then Edgar had the brilliant ass idea with his UTI mind, make a diagram on cardboard and put all the bolts in it. So now we know where the bolts go back when we. This is the transmission. That little bump is the starter bump, and this is how the bolts were on the car. All that's left is to remove the transmission mount underneath the car, put a jack underneath the transmission, and drop the transmission out of the car. The transmission is full of oil, but we can't take out the drain plug, so we're gonna try and take it out when it's outside of the car. All that's left to take out the transmission is to drop this mount and then wiggle the transmission out. So I'm probably just gonna put it on my chest and take it out with the creeper. We'll see what happens. Check it back in a bit. You ready, David?
Oh, this bolt holding this.
Y'all got it, y'all got it. That shit scared the fuck out of me. You are now watching a master at work. I can't. Ow!
No, I'm stuck. Let me get it. Give me. I'm gonna die. Just do your thing, Chris. Just do your thing.
Shut up, shut up, shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up.
That transmission looking good.
Transmission!
Chris won't die.
I'm so scared, bro. I'm so scared, bro.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Yeah.
Bro, look at my feet, bro. I can't get grip. I feel like something's holding it in, bro.
Bro, I'm gonna fucking throw this creeper up.
I got it.
Is up?
Yeah. Oh, shit. That's just heavier than I remember it. How'd I get this on the ground?
How do you get up?
We got a tranny on a tranny. Hell. Hey, now, David, I'm gonna need you to hurry up, my boy.
Now open your legs.
What? What's going on over there? Bro, I literally look homeless, bro.
Ready?
Yeah. So, make sure it doesn't hit the exhaust.
You forced it. You didn't ask for consent.
Nah, bro. Nah, that's just bigger than I remember, bro. What time is it?
Fucking 5 in the morning.
No, for real, what time is it?
Like 3:40.
3:40? Yeah. We just pulled a trans in 2 hours. Damn, bro. That's wow. Yesterday we got the transmission out. Today we're gonna clean the transmission, wire brush it, degrease it, make it, it's way too caked up. And I might start disassembling the clutch fork and taking off the clutch and stuff. And tonight I also wanna take off the oil pan and reseal it and put it back on because I think it should be a lot easier to take out without the transmission on the car. All right, I got the purple power here. Bro, I got toilet brushes to clean my transmission. All right, let's get started. I'm gonna start by cleaning the transmission and then doing the oil pan. I'm gonna just time lapse everything and I'll come back whenever I have updates.
Bro, I told Chris I had a restroom. Nah, what?
Bro, David was using the hose for like a cool minute, no problem. The second he gives it to me, I go to spray the transmission, it pops all over me. Man.
Ain't no way.
It's cold as hell, bro. I'm gonna catch pneumonia.
Man, what you doing? I'm gonna wasted. Alright, let me go find you some clothes. Chris closed the garage. That food's changing. I brought in some underwear, brought some socks, I brought in some pants, and a towel. We're cleaning up the transmission. It's looking pretty good so far. You can actually see the numbers now. Looking pretty good. The inside, we just gotta soften it a little bit, but that shit crazy. We got the clutch fork off, like the little boot, the throwout bearing. We still have to turn it over, but it's looking pretty good so far. And yeah, that's what we doing. That's what we doing. And motherfucking hand sandwich. My hand just eat it cold. All right, we'll be back in a bit. Fit check. What you got on?
Balenciaga, 1600.
David's Backyard Air Force One collab, 1600.
Adam OZ hoodie, 60 bucks.
What you got right? What you eating?
Cookies and cream trail mix, $3. Bacon brim New York City Yankees hat, priceless.
Custom made, 1 of 1.
Shirt, no shirt, cause it's wet.
My boy got the Yankee with no brim.
He's good, man.
Yeah.
Shout out David, he got me clean clothes. Let's get back to cleaning this transmission. I tightened the fuck out the hose, bro. If it pops again, bro, I swear to God, I'm gonna go home. We're gonna finish cleaning this up, come back when we have an update.
Now look, California in a drought, and look what Chris just did. Huh?
No way the water went
Bro, we go all the way to the corner, bro.
We got the transmission all nice and clean. Bro, it took way longer than I expected. I think it took like 2 hours to clean it up really good, but as you guys saw, it was caked up on there, bro. It was like 30 years of grime on that transmission, but what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna clean the mounts real quick because they're small. I'm gonna clean them, and it's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything else on the car. I might just clean the brackets and that's it. But I still have to take out the oil pan and take out the clutch and like clean up underneath the carb up. I'll see what I do. But damn, this shit looks nice.
Bro, it literally looks like a new transmission, bro. Bro, look at this. Nah, bro. Cleaning my car underneath is gonna be crazy. This is what happens when you buy a 240 from a 59-year-old Mexican. If my dad owned a 240, it would be this car, bro.
Now you know what's crazier? Them shoes, my boy.
Shout out my old job for the scraper.
Oh, hell no.
I wonder if anyone from USG is gonna watch this, bro. I'll come back tomorrow with an update. I'm praying the parts come here tomorrow.
The next day.
I have the hardest homies ever, bro. Pause. Yesterday, me and David broke throwout bearing sleeve, and I needed the part, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I messaged my parts guy, he didn't have it. So while I was at work, I messaged Edgar. I called like a couple dealers, and one had it. Bro, I had 1 minute on my break left. I texted Edgar, I was like, hey, can you go to this dealership and pick up this part for me? He didn't reply in time because I had to go back to work, and I was just praying to God that he could go get it for me. And then I come out for my next break like 2-3 hours later, and Edgar sends me a picture. Bro, picked up the part, bro. Nah. And then David's been working on the car already for like a cool, what, like an hour or two? We literally need to get this car driving by the latest tomorrow morning, like early morning. So basically, I would have to stay up all night. I have the parts right here in these boxes. I'm missing one package from nissanparts.cc, but I don't think I need it. It's just a bunch of small random stuff that I just want to replace. But the biggest job for today is taking off the oil pan and putting the transmission back on the car. Let me open the packages and see what parts I have. I don't even know what parts I got, to be honest. Oh, this is my transmission mount. Polyurethane transmission mount. This is the whole short throw shifter kit. The contents of this package will determine if this car is running by tomorrow or not. Okay. They can't see what this is. I'll let them look at the part number. You guys can search up that part number and figure out what these parts are for, but that's gonna be very soon. OEM thermostat? Stop. Sure. Brand new clutch fork. Oh, seal. So this is the front one. The rear one's huge. I'm guessing the front one's small. Yes, sir. There's a dust boot for the clutch fork. Oh, slave cylinder from Nissan. Bro, this has been in the warehouse for years. It looks like the car's gonna be able to drive. We're gonna speed run this and get this car driving by the end of tonight.
All right, we got the front crank pulley out. We got the seal right there. We're gonna try and figure out how to get that seal out, replace it, and then the front main seal should be good. I'm also gonna clean up the front of the engine as much as I can with the rag. I'm gonna be detailing the whole bay in another video, so I'm not worried about that. I just need to make sure this car stops leaking oil. After that, we're gonna drop the oil pan. After the oil pan, we're gonna put the transmission back in.
So we have a jack over there and a jack over here with a piece of wood. Could we raise the motor? Could we try and take off the oil pan? Chris, how you feeling now?
Ow! I got a cramp in my hand. Ow! Oh.
Oh, hell no.
We got the oil pan off, bro. It was such a bitch. Look, we needed 2 jacks. Usually you could just jack up the transmission to jack up the motor. We loosened both motor mounts and then we used a jack on each corner of the motor to jack it up evenly. But it's out now. And then we had to drop the sway bar to get the sway bar out the way to drop the oil pan. So hopefully it should just slide out. I'm gonna clean up the surface around here, get it ready for the RTV. Clean up the oil pan because that shit is dirty as hell. Pour RTV on it, slap it back on. Wait like 30 minutes to an hour to tighten everything back to spec and lower everything, tighten the motor mounts, and then the oil pan should be good. And then we're gonna put the transmission, that's the next hardest part. And then after that, it's just small things. And the car should be driving after that.
Like, Gaga.
Don't make me laugh, bro. 5:10 in the morning, bro. We literally been up all night. The event that I want to take this car to starts in literally 4 hours. It's 2 hours away, so I have like an hour or 2 hours to get this car driving, man. I'm gonna fill it up with transmission fluid from the inside because I can't even take off the fill plug. But we're just rushing. Right now, we're gonna try and get, David leaves to work in like an hour. We're gonna try and get the transmission on and I'm gonna just try and tidy everything up. We're so close, literally so close. We still have to put a whole transmission on, man. I'll come back when I have an update. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. It is, what time is it, bro? It's 7 in the morning now. Ah, man, it's 7 in the morning, bro. We stayed up all night and the car's still here, bro. We didn't even get the transmission in the car. It took me like 30 minutes to get the pilot bearing out. David got the whole front end of the engine bay done. I'm still leaking power steering fluid. I don't know why. I gotta figure that out. But yeah, basically the car's basically ready from the front. We got the rear main seal in already and everything. We just need to make the transmission and the drive shaft and the car should be driving. But there's no point in rushing. I'm not gonna make it to the event. Damn, man.
Now watch. Next year when we do this again, it will be type X.
I'm gonna come back later today after I get some sleep and eat and all that shit. And I'm gonna just work on the car con calma and change the fluids and everything. And I'm not rushed anymore. I missed the event already, so.
Yes, nah, bro, like homeless.
Bro, it's a whole ass. Alright, bro. I'll be back soon.
A few moments later.
Be back next day or same day as last clip. Bro, I'm so tired. You gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, I'm gonna go to David's house and finish putting the transmission on the car. I have no help today, so hopefully I can get the transmission on by myself. I'm gonna put the transmission on and just do a bunch of miscellaneous stuff and I'll come back whenever I have an update. Little update. I tried mounting the transmission by myself. No sir, cannot be done. I tried rolling it onto my chest, but I can't. I don't know, it's probably because I'm tired and shit and everything, but that's how we mounted it last time. I don't know, but David's here. He's gonna pull up in a bit and David's gonna help me mount the transmission. Hopefully me and him could get the transmission on and I'm gonna just put the drive shaft on it and then we're just gonna drive the car out of here and see how it feels with new fluid, short throw shifter and all that shit. And then I'm gonna come back another day and do all the fluids and stuff. It probably won't be in this video. We got the transmission mounted a while ago, but the transmission is finally mounted on the car. Oh my god, I do not remember it being that hard. It was way harder to mount the transmission on this car than it was on my black 240. I have no idea why. How long did it take us, David? It took us like an hour and a half once it was already mounted to get it to go in. Like we had to take it out and try to put it back in like 6-7 times. I did a few things on the engine bay like spark plugs, fuel filter, new coolant overflow, random shit like that. All that's left to get this car to drive is just putting back the drive shaft and the car should be straight. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow, maybe with Edgar, because we might put an exhaust on his Mustang tomorrow. Shout out David's sister. Yes sir, cookies and brownies. Oh, and I had to leave this note for his mom because this shit is fucking disgusting, bro. I'll come back tomorrow and we'll get the car running. Hopefully everything should be good and we'll see it on the street. We'll probably go eat or something.
The next day.
Back again, working on this piece of shit car. This should be the last night we're working on it. Tonight, I just need to put the drive shaft on it, the short throw shifter assembly, fill up the transmission with oil, and fill up the car with oil, and it should be ready to drive. Let's get right into it because I want to get this car done in like the next hour. Got
the homie Martin right here. If you guys watched the, like, I don't even know, like the first week I made videos, this fool was in the videos. But he doesn't like working on cars, so he's never in the videos.
Okay.
We got the car all nice and tidied up. I got the drive shaft on. I took the timing chain guide from the front of the motor off because it makes a rattling and everyone takes them off. I put oil in the car. I put the short throw shifter in from GK Tech, and I put the MT90 redline oil in the transmission. Everything should be good. Right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the car, roll through the gears while the car's lifted, get all the fluid through the transmission and everything. And then if everything looks good, put it down and start driving it. Damn, I'm excited. I haven't driven this car in like 2 weeks, I think. So man, say hi to the people.
Holy shit.
Bro, what?
Alright, look at this fool's wrist, bro. Ain't no ways. Alright, like, show me your normal wrist first.
Okay, show mine's in comparison, bro.
Nah, you got fucking Tarzan wrist, bro. Oh, let me see. Show me your tattoo.
No, man.
I hope he told him he got member to member. Look,
Put a light on it.
normal wrist.
Put a light on it, bro.
What is? Look at this, bro. That shit is not healthy.
That motherfucker got
Gastritis.
cricket wrist, bro.
Alright, bro, let me start this car and make sure everything's straight.
Alright, so I'm gonna be giving the updates now. Chris is about to start his car. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'll take this bitch right now and drive it, bro. And I don't even know how to drive stick.
The fuel probably has to get past the fuel filter. Alright, we'll be back when the car's lowered and we're about to drive it. Alright, the car is finally lowered, man, after fucking, how many nights, David? Like 6 nights? Oil pans resealed, transmissions back on, rear main seal, front main seal, valve cover gasket, spark plugs, oil, new transmission oil, just a bunch of stuff, like basically a whole rehaul on the car. It's still leaking power steering, but I'm gonna figure that out. But I can finally drive this car. Hopefully it doesn't leak any other oils besides the power steering. Oh, I got an aux cable for it now too, so that shit has aux. I put the steering wheel from my old Black 240 in this car because the one in this car was terrible condition, as you guys saw. Nah, man, that shit looks straight. Yeah, man, I miss this car. All right, we got the car pulled out finally, bro. Oh my God, I forgot how good this car feels. I just need engine mounts and the car should drive 100% straight because my motor mounts, I don't know if I showed them in the video, but my motor mounts are gone. I don't even have motor mounts, to be honest. All right, but damn, this car looks good at night. And my aux works. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's take it for a drive and see how everything feels. We just washed the car, looks a lot better. Driving it, bro, shifter feels amazing. Man, I miss this fucking car, bro. I can't wait to start driving it a lot more. Next video, we're gonna be taking off the tint, changing the headlights, some cosmetic stuff, and just messing with it a little bit more. Trying to fix my power steering leak, trying to get this car as mint as I can. But right now, we're gonna go head over to eat, and I'll show you guys how the car looks like and get some food, and that's probably gonna be it for today's video, but we're heading over to In-N-Out right now. So 40's chilling right there behind David. That car feels great. I'm gonna let David drive it home. Check out the car.
Nah, man, this shit looks straight. Yes, sir. Nah, I need that truck to move to take some pictures.
That's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, man. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed any moment of this video, consider subscribing. Drop a like, really helps out a lot. And I'll see you guys next time. Next time we're gonna be working on this car or getting the Black 240 up and driving.
Check out the intro.
Check out the intro. All right, I'll see you guys next time.